Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jim. Thank you for joining me again on the RV Concierge channel. Tonight, it's going to be two things. We're going to talk about my new truck, and I just had some repairs done on my van out in Indiana, and I'd like to talk about that. Let's get started. Headed out to Midwest today to pick up my van. Just had some factory repairs done. Super excited to get it back. We're almost there. So I had to come back out to the mothership to get some needed repairs done. I'll tell you what we had to do. All right, everybody, let's get started. So I bought this truck to replace the last truck that I had with the fifth wheel that I traded in on my van, which is right over there. And I had to search on Car Gurus for about 9 months, and I did find two over that 9 months. One was in Arizona, one in California. They both sold before I could make a deal. And I found out some news that my van over there was going to have to go back out to Indiana for some repairs. So literally 2 days before I had to send it back out to Indiana, this one pops up literally 2 miles from my house. I ran over there and bought it that night. And I bought this truck to turn into an overland camper. So I don't know if everybody knows what overlanding is, but it's when you use a 4x4 vehicle to go out into the middle of nowhere and camp rustically. So I have this thing going in for a 4-inch lift, 35-inch tires. I'm going to be putting a Lightner rack on the back with some storage pods, some roto packs, and I'm going to be mounting to that rack a iCamper Sky Camp Mini rooftop tent, which is pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. And I'm also going to do a decked system in the bed for some storage. So stay tuned for some really cool overland camping. I'm going to start them off on the RV Concierge channel, but I'm probably going to spin that off onto a separate channel for the overlanding. So it's a 21 King Ranch. This thing's awesome. It's got the Pro Power system with the 7.2 kilowatt generator in the bed, and it also boosts the horsepower, I think, from 400 to 430 when you have that power boost system. It's not just the regular 3.5 EcoBoost. It's a power boost, so the hybrid electric motor actually helps with the twin turbo engine to give it more horsepower and torque. This thing's loaded to the gills. It's kind of overkill for overlanding, but it's also going to be my daily driver. It does have power running boards, keyless entry, 360 camera system. It is just loaded to the gills with really cool features like heated massaging seats, and these are the lay flat seats, so you can lay those back and sleep in here if the weather's too inclement to get into a tent. I didn't do the sunroof because I want to put a rack on the cab area, and if I put a rack on the cab area, I don't want anything falling through that rack and busting the sunroof. The shifter actually folds flat into the center console, and then you got this flip over little workstation here, so I can kind of work from the road, which is neat. It's got that new huge sync system up front. I really dig the truck. It's beautiful. I could love those power running boards. And then in the bed, and I'll show you over here, this is where, so this thing actually has 6 120 volt outlets. There's 4 out here, and then it has a 30 amp. That's 1, that's 2, and then right there is a 30 amp outlet from the 7.2 kilowatt onboard generator. Really, really cool truck. So I'm excited to be able to start showing you guys some of the overlanding stuff. Now with my van, I had to run it back out to Indiana for some factory repairs, which was kind of unfortunate, but while they had it, they asked, did I have any other concerns? And I did. I gave them a list of like 6 or 7 things, and they went through it and fixed everything for me, and I'm really happy with it now. So I went out for an airbag, something to do with the wiring under the seat, which they corrected. Originally, we thought it was going to be a long time and a lot of money to repair, but they ended up bringing their engineers in and fixing it pretty quickly for me. So on top of that, found a propane leak. It was just a regulator in the back here. And then on the inside, let me go in there. We'll tell you what we did in there. So I was having a problem with the generator being able to power the air conditioner. And I don't know if you guys saw the video, but I went out to the factory maybe a few months back, and I had them install a lithium battery just because the lead acid battery wasn't lasting like I wanted it to. And the charge setup, which I think is for in there and then in the inverter, which is under the back seat back here, was too strong. They were pulling too much juice for the charger for the lithium battery, and it wasn't allowing the AC to draw enough energy, so it was tripping the breaker. Now, since they adjusted that charge rate, I think it takes double the time to charge the battery from empty, which is fine. I don't have any problem with that because it does have solar as well. Now I can run the rooftop AC and the microwave, which they were shocked that I could run the microwave. So I got that fixed. I also had some issues in the shower. There was some spider cracking going on, and they fixed that for me. And then back here, I have the drop down bunk that comes down from the ceiling. And what happened was they had 2 self-tapper screws in here holding this bracket to the bed base on both sides. There was just 2 of them. I mean, from going up and down and wiggling back and forth, those self-tappers came out, so they put these nice 3 nut and bolt setups on here. So I got 6 of those now instead of just 4, which really holds it steady when it's coming up and down. And what happened was from it kind of shifting side to side, it chewed up the tracks. So they actually replaced both of the tracks and then put those nuts and bolts in there, which pretty much solved my whole problem. The other couple problems I had was a little trickly wastegate valve on the outside. They fixed that, but the bigger problem was the tornado valve that goes into the black tank that will rinse the black tank once you're done emptying it. Well, that wasn't sealed in there properly, so I had a little bit of seepage coming out from that. They actually replaced that whole valve for me. So the cool part is they did a full walkthrough of the van with me. You know, we went over all the problems one by one. They showed me everything, basically repeated back my complaint on it and told me what they did to fix it. I am super, super satisfied. Midwest just went above and beyond. They even detailed the van for me before I picked it up. So just really super happy with that. Now, the reason I bring this up is because if you buy an RV, it is going to break. There's just no getting around that. And my biggest thing that I want to tell you folks is when it breaks, just be a part of the solution. Work with your salesperson if they're involved, the service department at the dealership, and the manufacturer, and just all come together on the same page. You know, it can be frustrating. I get it. I was 6 weeks without my van. I missed out on a couple trips that I needed it for, but just working with the manufacturer and with service, and you know, it made it less of an unpleasant experience. Yes, it's going to break. Yes, it's going to be frustrated. Just try and keep your head about you and work together for the common goal of getting you back on the road with your RV. So that's what this video was about. Just some repairs on my van. Tell you guys about the truck and the new adventures that I'm going to be going on. I want to take the time to thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned for some really, really cool stuff coming up and some announcements. And please subscribe to the channel, like it, comment. I'm going to be needing a name for my new channel for the Overland Adventures. So if you'd like to make some comments on what you think I should name that channel, absolutely put in the comments below. Thanks guys for taking the time to watch this video. Stay tuned for more.